Melody, Shari, and the chaos that went down outside the courthouse involving Martell Holt and Arionne. Now, drama with these three is nothing new. But the way this played out during a custody hearing will leave you shaking your head. Melody showed up ready to handle business, but things quickly took a turn when she noticed a tall, muscular man standing around pretending to be on his phone. Something about him seemed off, and Melody realized he wasn't actually on a call. He was recording her. Right away, the whole situation felt like a setup. Instead of walking straight into conflict, Melody and her friend Jason sat down on a bench to give Martell and Arionne time to leave. They watched the pair walk down the long courthouse walkway and thought they were gone. Melody even stood up to snap a quick selfie because she was looking good in her white outfit. But just when she thought it was over, Martell and Arionne came circling back. After already walking away, they doubled back like they weren't finished. Melody said it felt like they were trying to bait her into reacting, like they thought. She didn't take the bait the first time. Let's try again. At that point, the man who had been pretending to be on his phone started openly recording. Melody confronted him, asking, "Why are you recording me? For what?" And here's the kicker: Martell had just pled guilty to harassment. And yet, here he was again, caught up in another situation that looked exactly like harassment. Melody even called it out, saying, "Didn't you just plead guilty to harassment? And now you're harassing me again. Make it make sense." Trying to avoid more drama, Melody and Jason started walking toward her car, but Martell and Arionne followed right behind them. Melody even shifted positions so Jason could walk in between because she didn't want them right on her heels. She told them, "No, y'all go ahead," and eventually they passed, but the tension was heavy. Then something unexpected happened. Melody ran into content creator Hannah Grace, who was also at the courthouse. Hannah greeted her politely, and Melody, staying true to her character, gave her a hug and kept it moving. Melody wasn't looking for negativity. She was already dealing with too much, instead of brushing the whole thing off. Melody made the smart move and told Jason she wanted to go back inside and report the incident to the city attorney. She didn't live her life recording everything for clout. But she wanted this harassment documented, which shows just how serious the situation really was. And let's be clear, Arionne had no business being at that courthouse. This custody case had nothing to do with her, yet she was right there stirring up drama with Martell. It's the same toxic pattern Melody has dealt with for years, Martell refusing to take accountability, Arionne in the middle, and Melody left to deal with the fallout. But here's what makes this incident stand out: Melody didn't blow up, didn't argue, and didn't give them the reaction they wanted. She stayed calm, protected her peace, and handled things the right way. Martell and Arionne circling back after already leaving shows this wasn't an accident. It was intentional. They wanted to provoke her, intimidate her, and make her uncomfortable. But instead, all they did was show everyone exactly why Melody walked away from that toxic situation in the first place. Meanwhile, Melody continues to shine. She's raising her kids, running her businesses, and holding her head high. Fans support her because they see the strength it takes not to react when you're constantly provoked. They see the maturity it takes to face drama with grace and the courage it takes to keep moving forward. This wasn't just TV drama, was a real-life example of a woman choosing peace over chaos. Martell and Arionne may have tried to shake her outside that courthouse, but Melody proved once again that she's stronger than the games. She's not the same woman Martell could control. She's a woman of strength, resilience, and grace. When you really break it down, this courthouse incident was about more than just a random argument. It highlighted a bigger pattern that has followed Melody ever since her marriage to Martell fell apart. For years, she's had to deal with public disrespect, betrayal, and attempts to drag her into messy situations. Bringing Arionne to a custody hearing when she had no role there only shows how far Martell is willing to go to try to shake Melody's peace. But instead of falling into the trap, Melody showed that she's grown. This is the part that really stands out while Martell and Arionne circled around looking for a reaction. Melody handled the situation with composure and strategy. She didn't scream, she didn't fight, she didn't act out. She did the smart thing by documenting what happened and reporting it to the proper people. That's what maturity looks like. It's not about ignoring harassment. It's about responding in a way that protects your peace and keeps the truth on record. And fans notice. People see the strength it takes to keep calm when you're being poked and provoked. They see how Melody is no longer letting Martell's chaos control her. Instead, she's showing a different side, focused, determined, and unwilling to let negativity drag her down. That's why her supporters continue to rally behind her. Because they respect the way she's handling life after such a painful public breakup. At the end of the day, Martell and Arionne may have thought they were putting Melody in a tough spot, but really, they only exposed themselves. Their actions made it clear who is still stuck in drama and who has truly moved forward. Melody stood tall outside that courthouse, proving once again why she walked away from that toxic chapter in her life. She chose peace, and in doing so, she showed everyone that her strength speaks louder than their chaos. And that's the real takeaway from this story. Growth, maturity, and resilience always win in the end. Melody Shari isn't just surviving, she's thriving, and no amount of drama from Martell or Arionne can change that. Melody's journey is a reminder that sometimes the best revenge is living well. Instead of letting Martell and Arionne pull her back into the same toxic cycle, she chose to rise above it. She's showing her children, her supporters, and even her critics that peace and self-respect will always outshine chaos and negativity. Every time Martell and Arionne tried to shake her, they end up proving exactly why she left and why she's better off without them. Moments like this also highlight how unfair it is for women, especially those in the public eye, to constantly be tested and provoked. Melody's story resonates because so many people know what it feels like to walk away from a